What's up, everybody? Chewy Internet coming at you today, and today we're talking about One Piece Chapter 10, 34. But before we get into the chapter, can you guys do me a favor? Dislike the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. We'll have more. I will have more One Piece content at some point. That'd be really great. And I want to engage in the community a little bit, man. Comment down below, man, so we could talk about the chapters and all that stuff and your thoughts, man. Give me your thoughts out there, people. Anyway, so we start this chapter, and this is a Sanji versus Queen chapter. Actually, I think that's the title of the. I think that is the title of the chapter. Anyway, so Sanji versus Queen, which is really cool. So now we're going back and forth. I think Oda's doing a back and forth between Sanji and King, and gonna show how their battles are going back and forth. And I think the first person we're gonna get as a victory is probably be Sanji, and then from there it's gonna be Zoro. So it's gonna be back and forth with a couple of chapters, and then we'll wrap that up, and then we'll finally get to the ending battle between Luffy and Kaido. I kind of like that format. So that's really cool. But yeah, we start off in the left brain tower where Sanji and Queen are right now having a battle. And right now, so we get to see the geisha, or whatever you want to call her, that Sanji supposedly attacked or doesn't remember attacking at all, but when he got to this part of the tower. And from there, we get some explosions and all that stuff. And right now, she's basically saying she doesn't want to leave because, she's looking for something, or he hasn't found Chuji, or whatever Chuji is, or whatever the case may be. So they're like, oh my God, like, chick, we got to get out of here. Okay, there's a battle here. If you want to die, die, but don't bring us down with you. Okay, like, we need to go. Like, there's a lot of crazy shenanigans here. You got two strong people fighting each other, and you got explosions everywhere, all over the place. You got a crazy maniacal cyborg who's going around doing crazy things, you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm like, just get the hell out of here. Forget Chuji. Whoever Chuji is, leave. You need to get out of that building. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so then we get a little cut here after that to the floating Onigashima, right? So right now we see Momonosuke, and what Momonosuke has figured out is Momonosuke can also manipulate Kaido's clouds and use that to keep the island floating. So what I'm thinking is going to happen here is that not only will he use his clouds, he will manipulate Kaido's clouds to keep it floating. So when the minute it goes over the flower capital, it won't land. It'll just keep going. And once it passes the flower capital, and this is where I think the ending of this battle, right, this arc, I personally think that once all the battles are over, I don't think they're going to be able to get the explosives out of the island. I personally think that island is going to explode once it passes the flower capital, and after all the battles are completed. Once the battles are completed, I think Kaido's going to be knocked out, Orochi's going to be dead somewhere, or whatever, or really, really injured. And everybody that, was a villain in this arc, or whatever the case may be, is going to explode on this island. I know that seems rather dark and dramatic and like whatever. I think that's what's gonna happen. So if that does, wow, I mean, what a way to take out Kaido, right? The giant nuke going off and just boom, blowing him up. So we'll see. So yeah, that's what's happening there. He's figured that out. And of course, the whole thing is to prevent the island from crashing in the flower capital and killing a lot of people. So this is really cool. So we're getting a little bit of insight what's going on there. So then we cut right back to Sanji versus Queen, and what we start seeing here is that Queen is using the abilities of the Germa. Very, very interesting here. So I wonder where in Queen's research, or how did she figure out how to take these abilities, right? Because, I mean, there's a lot of debate and a lot of theories out there about the Germa science, that their abilities came from devil fruits and all that stuff. And that's why I see the swirly eyebrows and all that stuff. So I'm wondering how Queen was able to manipulate these abilities. And also, Vegapunk too. Vegapunk was also able to do this with the pacifistas, with using the laser eye beams. I believe those are Kizaru's light beams and all that stuff. How they were able to manipulate these abilities and put it into a cyborg is really, really interesting. I can't wait to find out what's going on here, because personally, what I don't want to happen here is, and once this arc is over, I was kind of upset that Sanji lost the raid suit, right? I'm hoping, because here's the thing. Sanji, I think, gave the raid suit before everything started to Frankie or to Cha. I don't remember. I think it was to Frankie or Usopp. Don't remember too sure. I'm not too sure what happened there. But he asked them to make adjustments. So I'm wondering if Frankie was able to or is able to make another raid suit for Sanji doing the same thing, and maybe Frankie is able to do the same thing that Queen is doing, which is basically take these abilities and like put them into herself. Granted, not to give Sanji all these abilities, but just the invisibility thing, just to keep the whole gag going that he's spying on girls and all that stuff, which is funny as hell. So yeah, Queen is doing all these attacks, and Sanji's remembering all these attacks from his brothers, and coming to realization that that these are all German attacks. And of course, Queen's obsession was that looking into the German science and all that stuff, that he could do what they're doing but better, right? That he's better than Judge. He's a better scientist. That he can do all this crap. And right now he's showing that he is. Queen is showing that he's a better scientist than Judge. I mean, the fact that he was able to grab all these abilities, put them into himself, and use them against Sanji, this is insane. Like this is crazy shit. So really cool stuff. So then of course Sanji's getting attacked and he's trying to dodge all these attacks. And and of course we're getting more characterization with Sanji, because Sanji's like, at this point he's accepted who he is with all the exoskeleton changes that have happened to his body because of putting on the raid suit. He's just, at this point, he's accepted who he is, and it is what it is. And he's just fighting, right? He's just gonna be Queen and just figure it out from here. So Sanji's getting slammed and thrown around, and then from there Sanji's countering and breaking through Queen's abilities. You know what I mean? Like basically, like Queen is holding him, like trying to squeeze his body, and then basically Sanji just kicks him with a flame kick and breaks away. And then from there we get another surprise, right? We also get to see Queen use Sanji's ability. What's crazy about this is that, who knew? I wonder how Queen knew. Well, whatever. Queen did all this research or whatever, because, how did he get his hands on the third raid suit, right? Because to me, the third raid suit was like a secret, right? Because the Vince Smokes didn't want anybody to know about Sanji, because in Judge's eyes, Sanji is a failure, right? His successors are the other children, okay? So I'm curious how Queen knew, right? Or how did Queen get his hands on this third ability, which is the invisibility, and able to implement it in himself, which is really, really amazing. So he goes invisible, and of course, Sanji can't see Queen or whatever. So what Sanji ends up doing is Sanji basically just disappears and just goes really, really quickly. So he's moving all across the room really quickly, so Queen can't see him, and then he can figure out where Queen is. So as this is happening, of course, you go back to the geisha or whatever, who is looking for a mouse or whatever. Listen, lady, there's a lot going on here. You can die. Okay, you were already assaulted by somebody, and we find out in the chapter who probably it was. You're looking for a mouse, like it's all right. It's funny. It is what I'm like. It's pure One Piece, right? So all that is happening, and they found the mouse. Okay, whatever. Now here's the thing: Queen is there, invisible, and then we get confirmation that Queen has always wanted this particular geisha or whatever. I'm probably saying it wrong. I don't want to say hooker or anything like that, and this particular lady has always denied Queen and always made up some stories or whatever the case. And so then we kind of get confirmation here. Well, we do get confirmation here that Queen's the one that assaulted her, right? So Queen is the one that did it, which makes a whole bunch of sense, because he's able to turn invisible, and he probably did it while he was invisible and did this. And while Sanji was chasing Queen or just running or whatever, she was already there beaten. So Sanji, while he's going through all this shit, it's probably thinking he did it, because he probably doesn't remember what happened. So it is what it is. It's really, really nice here. It's good to find out that Sanji didn't do this, which is really, really nice, which is really cool. I didn't think for a second Sanji did. I didn't think he was going through some weird mental changes within himself. I just think that he was just having a moment where, like, his body's changing and he's turning into a Vince Smoke basically, and he's like, okay, these people like to hit women, maybe I did this. That's probably what he did. And come to find out, what I thought was true is he didn't. Okay, he did not at all. And it was Queen. And from here, we get one of the coolest Sanji moments ever. We're getting a lot. Let me tell you something right now. Zoro is having probably one of his best arcs ever. Sanji, right now, this is one of his best arcs ever. Okay. So right now, he's coming up with a brand new attack. At this point, he's calling it Ifrit Janbei, and he's saying with the enhanced strength, speed, endurance that he has right now because of the exoskeleton that has evolved, he could be able to burn a little hotter now and then just do these crazy attacks with the flame. So right now, he comes down and hits Queen with the Ifrit Janbei or whatever, and knocks Queen down, right? And of course that knocks Queen out of the invisible state, and of course the woman is there watching Sanji do this. And then from there, Sanji just does a fuck ton of attacks. I mean, let me just go through the names of the attacks that he does. He hits Queen with like a quadruple hit combo, okay? Bascote, Paleroni, Jumo, Abifatek, Tenderon, Blanchette, KK Porte Jarrett. I'm trying to say this in French and I can't. But basically, he hits her with a fucking huge combo and then just basically launches a final attack right to the belly and just knocks him the hell back, right? And basically knocks Queen into the next brain tower or whatever you want to call it. Maybe to the other side of the castle. Who knows? Man, this chapter, let me tell you, these past two chapters for Zoro and Sanji, really, really good. This arc has been really good for Zoro and Sanji. This is something that I've wanted for a really long time. It's about time these characters got a little bit more development. They're being challenged and are just taking their abilities to the next level. And Sanji, wow, is really taking his abilities to the next level. And from here, I mean, I don't think this is the end of this battle, by the way. This is definitely not the end of this battle. I think this is right now the middle. Right now, we got a little bit of this, and then I think the next two chapters, in my opinion, I think the next two chapters are going to be, because we're on a break next week, so we're not getting a chapter next week, which is sad. But this is a chapter where you want to sit and be like digest for like a whole week, and then like come back with that hot fire the next week, right? This is really good. But I think we're gonna get possibly two more chapters of these, or two or three more chapters for each battle, right? So I think we'll get one more. Let me think about this. I think we'll get one more with Sanji Queen. It'll wrap. I think we'll get two more with Zoro, and that'll wrap up. Maybe three. That's my opinion. That's what I think is gonna happen. So possibly maybe four more chapters of this, and then I would love for the year to end with Zoro Sanji beating King and Queen, and then we go into next year, Luffy Kaido, and we start off the new year with Luffy Kaido finishing that battle, and that'll be a great way to start 2022. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful day. Take care. Definitely let me know your thoughts about the chapter. Wano's hitting, man. Wano has hit for me the past year. So, I mean, you want a rating? 10 out of 10 chapter. Don't care. It's really good. I mean, I haven't had a bad chapter yet in a while. The only one that was weird for me this year was the stupid Kinemon thing, which is whatever. But again, that chapter wasn't bad. It was a weird moment to have Kinemon there. It was just dumb. But outside of the chapter was good. Anyways, guys, 10 out of 10 chapter. Let me know your thoughts down below. Great chapter. How do you think Queen was able to put in all these abilities and take all these abilities and infuse them into himself? What's the science behind it, right? What's going on here? This is insane. And definitely subscribe to the channel. Like, dislike, comment down below. Give me your thoughts, guys. Talk to me out there, One Piece community. Give me your thoughts on this. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Take care. Bye-bye.